climbing this steep hill out of Palo Duro Canyons State Park on our way to Caprock Canyons State Park. It's only about an hour away. Well, we gotta get out of this hill first. This thing's brutal.
I just think it's an easier way to get on to 27 from the south. I don't know. Hey, you didn't even see us pass him? Jesus Christ! Exit left. We have the right of way. Pass and stops.
What's really nice is this is a really short ride for us. It's only about an hour, hour and a half tops. Nice back roads. Really pretty.
Quarter miles. Turn right on Caprock Canyons Park Road.
And we're here. And there's the sign. And there's the cattle guard to keep the bison inside. We're here. Woohoo! We're gonna park and check in. Wind and water over the eons shaped the rugged beauty of Caprock Canyons State Park and the panhandle of Texas. Today, bison roam the plains, bats roost in Clarity Tunnel, and you can explore 90 miles of trails. Besides marveling at the bison and bats, you can hike, ride horses or bikes, camp, geocache, or take in a scenic drive. Lake Theo offers no-wake boating, fishing, and swimming. And now we have to do the old pump out.
What side are we?
33. Almost at the total other end. But she said we'll be lined up so we can back in at the right end, correct angle.
It's gonna be
50 amp ones are at the other end. It's 32.
33.
This is 33. Okay.
Parked on our spot. We get our slides out. We let the kittens out. And first thing they did was run right to the dash to look around and find out where we are. It was a pretty sunset. The next morning, we decided to do our first hike. We got up early because it was going to be hot. The Canyon Rim Trail was right next to our campsite. Figured it was a good spot to start. The views were spectacular. Oh, flowers were blooming. They had had those rains too, so everything had turned green. And it was pretty. And we got prickly pear with their little fruits on. And even early in the morning, it was already hot. But you can't beat the views. This video just doesn't do it justice. It's just so pretty. It's so vivid. The scenery is just so pretty. It's all quartz. Really, really pretty. It sparkles in the sunlight, like little glitter. The soil is this beautiful red color. I guess it's like red clay. It's so vivid also. When you enter Caprock Canyons State Park, there's all these big signs saying to stay at least 50 yards, which is like half a football field, away from bison. So imagine our surprise when we came across one by himself.
Now,
Or just keep walking.
which way? We gotta go that way,
Oh. And we just stood there for a couple of minutes staring at him and him staring at us until we started to walk along the path, and then he started following us. Fortunately, he found a nice blade of grass and stopped. That was a little freaky. That trail got really washed out. You tell this was really flowing in those rains they had last week. Another dried riverbed. We wound up by the horse campground area, which then spit us out onto the road, and we had to walk along the road to get back. That was about 6 miles, and in the heat, it was not fun. Honestly, my ass was dragging. I couldn't wait to get back and have a twisted tea. As you can see, we all crashed and burned. Even Desi, who didn't even go anywhere, and have a nap.
You see him?
Yeah, I got it. We went out that evening to grab some food, and we ran into the bison. A whole entire herd. They were everywhere. There are lots of little ones.
Big preview. I guess not small compared to, I guess, maybe like a Yellowstone. But for us, this is pretty exciting. Look at all the babies they have.
Mm-hmm. Caprock Canyons State Park is the home of the Texas State Bison herd. Bison are the largest land animal in North America. The Texas State Bison herd is a valuable resource for Texas and the conservation of the bison species, since they were almost wiped out in the Great Slaughter of 1884. So this is pretty impressive. And here's another stunning sunset. guess the colors in the desert just seem to be more vivid. And then we have the kittens. And they're off. Early morning in RV. This is what we're dealing with right now. We're trying to get ready to go for a hike. Enzel's all set. And then we have the taros. And get Rudy over here drinking out of Enzel's bowl. Oh, and you got the two nuts running around. There's Desi. And here is, whoops. That's Lucy. The one with the little pink collar. Yep. Crazy kitties. Crazy kitties. It's fine, honey. It's fine. That's Enzo crying. We took the truck and we parked in a different parking area because we wanted to hike the North Prong Spur. Now there's big signs on the map saying various points along trails are steep and rugged. Yeah, that's an understatement.
And we are going to climb to the top of this, we think.
The first part of this trail was really pretty and it was pretty level. Had some little steep parts, but nothing too bad. At least I didn't think so. It was another hot day, and even though they say it's a dry heat, trust me, you still sweat. This is the Hayes Ridge Overlook Trailhead. This is where it starts getting steep. I brought one hiking pole with me. When I turned around here, we had gone up quite a steep slope and I needed that. You're like climbing on your hands and knees because it's so steep. Mind you, I'm afraid of heights, so this is a little scary for me. We came up right there where those rocks are. And we climbed up a bit higher, and you can see, got quite a view. And that's what we just came up. Pretty steep. At this point, Mike decided we'll turn around because Enzo was having a tough time making it over some of these rocks. And we climbed up that. Over there, you see tiny stakes sticking out, and that's the top of the trail. We didn't go that far. Mike got a photo of this cool little lizard. There was a little prairie dog town near our site, so every time we drove by, we got to see them. They're not scared of the cars at all. After lunch, we decided to go and do that 5-mile drive that you could take around the park. Of course, we got to see the bison again. There's all these little shaded shelters that have all these little signs that tell you about the prairies and history. Very interesting. At another stop, they had a historic sign, the Lake Theo Blossom Bison Kill Site. Stone tool fragments were discovered in 1965 and 1972 on the shores of Lake Theo. Archaeological testing in 1974 revealed a campsite and bison butchering and processing area dating back to between 10,000 and 12,000 years ago. Wow. Our next stop is the amphitheater. Go into the amphitheater. Let's see what's up here. Really windy here today. Kind of cools us off though, because it's pretty hot. At a distance, the bison look real, but they're actually iron cutouts. Living on the land. People today have a strong connection to the environment at Caprock Canyons, just as they have for more than 10,000 years. Unearthing the past. Here at Caprock Canyons, archaeologists study the remains of the past to learn more about how ancient people lived. Thriving along the Caprock. Throughout human history at Caprock Canyon, people have survived and even thrived by relying on the area's abundant natural resources. Still, it had been hard. A bustling trade. For thousands of years, people relied on thriving local long-distance trade networks to connect them to the world beyond Caprock Canyons. Is it? Okay, cool. Look at these views. Aren't they amazing? Just awesome. Oh, that's pretty. Is it the amphitheater? Oh, gorgeous background now. Look at this. It's just so pretty. Yeah, I'm afraid that the video just won't do it justice. It's just absolutely gorgeous here. It's so pretty. And yet I know from seeing pictures of it, you think, it looks okay. But being here, seeing it, it's just awesome. Looking up from the amphitheater. And then that magnificent view down here. Further on down the road, there was another shaded shelter with some more information. This little plaque shows the trail system. It talks about a little bit about the starry nights and trail safety, stories within the rocks. And then there's a shaded shelter a little bit up this path. More gorgeous views. Here's a little flash of the horse campground that's back here. They have all kinds of riding trails for the horses too, and they have a paddock back there. Pretty nice. As you're driving down this road, you can see where the road crosses a stream, and they must have had a flash flood with that rain they just had, because you see all the mud on the road. It must have been wild. And as we crest the hill, another gorgeous view. This is really, really pretty road. Every turn there's another beautiful view. Sorry about the bugs. Here's another spot where the water must have just ran right over the road. Here's another shaded shelter at the South Prong Loop Trail. And everywhere there's just these great views. There's also supposed to be a primitive camping area down here. That would be tents. So I guess you could actually do a multi-day hiking trip. Landscape of change. The Caprock Escarpment is what biologists call ecotone, a transitional zone where two habitats come together. These distinctive breaks mark the eastern edge of the high plains to the west and the western edge of the rolling plains to the east. Ecotones are often areas of great wildlife diversity. The rugged landscape in front of you provides a rich and diverse habitat for many wildlife species that are well adapted to living in rough, rocky terrain. This is just such an amazing, unique place. Too bad we didn't have enough time to hike some of these trails. Got a nice little bench here. And look at the view. It really is very, very pretty. We've seen this before. There's our look. That was the southernmost point, and we had to turn around and then retrace our steps. Still, the scenery is absolutely gorgeous, even from this direction. They have water tanks for the bison. There's one right there. The next morning we decided to do the Eagle Point Trail. It's an out and back trail, 2 miles long. The point of interest is supposed to be a natural bridge. You walk underneath the Eagle Point Trail where the nature has created a natural bridge. Stop at the wooden bench and use the small trail to walk underneath and through the natural bridge. Sounds cool. We got out early because it's supposed to be another hot day. So we have all this beautiful morning light hitting all those cliffs. So gorgeous.
Right behind.
I know. Makes for the best pictures.
Huh?
Makes for the best pictures.
Right now, if I was trying to grab this.
Beneath the surface, geologic forces that shaped this rugged landscape are still at work today. There's still little puddles of water here. And I love these little purple flowers that are growing everywhere. This terrain is anything but flat. Oh, more puddles of water. You can tell this rainstorm must have been a winter. A land of plenty. These canyons and prairies were home to people for the last 10,000 years. And we have more prickly pears. Monarch of the prairie. The American bison is essential for a healthy prairie ecosystem. There's the bench. This bridge is supposed to be around here somewhere. That's the bridge. And there's supposed to be a cave underneath it. It comes out over there.
If I can get down in the canyon. Yeah.
Mike's walking on the other side, but I'm not really seeing him all that well. Enzo and I are waiting to see if he can get down there. And that's a no. Not from that direction anyway. So we went to the other side of this bridge to see if there's a way down over here. Looks like they had a rock slide. Enzo's now crying as Mike is disappearing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can see now?
Yeah.
Oh, take pictures. Take a video. Oh, well, yeah, the sun's like right there. Oh, Enzo, you're fine. You're gonna hide behind me? Yeah. You're fine. Daddy's right there. Just taking pictures. Well, I climbed down there, and sure enough, you can actually see through it.
See?
Yep. You see out the other side. There's Mike up there. Oh. Very cool. Since this was an out and back trail, we had to hike 2 miles back. Oh, look, a roadrunner sitting up in a tree. Look how tiny they are. For some reason, I thought they were bigger than that. How cool. And we had to hike back next to the prairie dog town. And they're all peeking their little heads out, checking us out. It's a little too close for comfort. They all dived in their holes. There's our rig in the distance, right there. Not sure if the cats can see the prairie dogs from the windshield. There's a couple of them that popped out. Look at them. Just sitting there staring at us. This brave little soul. Look how close he is. This one doesn't care. After that hike, we figured we'd treat ourselves to the Bison Cafe. Looked pretty cool. There's our Caprock Canyons. Pretty little cafe. Very eclectic design. Very cool.
Chili burgers. This is the chili.
Oh, that's the chili? Oh, okay. Cool. And your tater tots?
Don't be a tater hater.
Squish that down. There you go.
This is going to be a problem. You smell the taste of.
Does it taste good?
Yeah, that pepper is really good.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna be sick, but
Mine looks good too. Oh, that was a delicious meal. We came back and Enzo is out cold. We wore him out again. And there's little Lucy. I'm not sure where her brother is. And this is our last afternoon here. Tomorrow we'll be packing up and going home. And we're getting ready to leave. Get the seats up. The ottomans on the chairs. The kittens are up on the counter where they're not supposed to be. As you know, everything's a toy. Give me that. Stop it. Stop it. Give me. It's not yours to play with. Does he care? No. What are you doing? Enzo's patiently waiting. Rudy doesn't care. Patches is in her spot. Honey. I always do a kitten check before we leave. Before we bring the slides in, just to make sure nobody's in a spot they shouldn't be in. We got a few more things to do, pull in the slides, and we're all set to go. And we're off. Still trying to get out of the park. Aren't we lucky we get to see bison again? It's just so thrilling to see these guys. So massive. Gorgeous.
We watch that side. I'll keep an eye on these guys.
I hope you enjoyed this video. This is such an exciting trip. If you liked it, please give us a like and subscribe. You've got to come to this place. It's just gorgeous. I'll see you around. Have a good one.